This episode is sponsored by No Prisoner Productions.
Welcome to New and In Between. I'm your host, Quinn Maddox, and this is my therapy in the valley. Real talk for real life, hope when you're stuck, healing when you're hurting, and wisdom for what's next. Maybe you're stepping into something new, maybe you're stuck in between, but either way, this space is for you. So lean in, because here we don't just talk about life, we get the tools to truly live it out. New and In Between.
I got shot in my head. I still got the bullet in my head.
Hold on, you got shot in your head?
Yes. I got shot in my head. I got the bullet in my head.
How old were you?
19.
Mm.
September 19. I think I got shot September 19, 1999.
So you got shot in the head. So now after you get shot in the head, wow.
I think I talked myself into that. Because they say that sometimes you keep words, you manifest these words.
There's so much power in what we say
And I
all the time.
And I talked myself into it because I used to be like, yo, I went to jail already. Yo, I'm this big person in the street. Yo.
Oh, you doing the gangster check off?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, now I just got to get shot in the arm and the leg. This is my thing. I'm a skyrocket. Man, listen.
I mean, and it's crazy it's not crazy for you to say it because this is what's going through your head of like, all right, I've been to jail, check. I'm thorough. I could fight anybody, check. I'm not afraid, check. Now I just need to be shot and that's going to give me my stamp.
Yeah.
So you get shot in the head.
That whole day played out. Like, I remember for years I was telling myself how I got shot. Like, I used to be like, yeah, I got shot and, you know, he got me, whatever. But I was working on my album called Smoke and Mirrors, and I reached out to my best friend. She's Taisha. And she told me exactly what happened because I didn't remember what happened. I remember that day. I remember, you know, like looking for trouble all day, the usual, the same old usual shit. Going to different blocks looking for shit. It didn't happen. Went in the house early. Came back downstairs. I sat on the corner. You know, 2 first. It's a one-way. So if I'm sitting on the corner, I'm facing the cemetery. I'm facing the bridal shop. The movie theater's on the opposite side. So I'm sitting there, and then you have Fisherman Cove. I just was sitting on the corner, literally just looking towards, I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck I was looking for. But I was just sitting there. I had my bandana on my head, blue bandana. I had on 2 bandanas hanging out my cargo pants and 2 in the back. And just figuring out what I'm going to do. And then I looked behind me, and I seen Taisha. Me and Taisha wasn't cool. I used to make fun of her because she was fat. You know what I mean? But she was like a fat person, but she had this confidence. Like, she always had this confidence. I don't care if I'm fat, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because her dad is Kojak, and he worked for MTA. He used to have a blue Tahoe. And he would drive every time I was on that corner, and I could have 50, 60 people around me. He would always tell me, get off the corner. And I used to be like, oh, man, like, yeah, he wasn't my dad, but he played this role. He used to be like, yo, come in. Get off the corner. And I used to be like, what? He was like, get off the corner. I don't care. They not going to protect you if something happens. Stop making yourself a target. Get off the corner. I would leave the corner. When I see him go put his car in the garage, I would come right back up the block. So he didn't know I was making fun of his daughter the whole time because he treated me like his son. So I was like, I got something to do because I was so bored sitting on the corner. None of my homeboys was around. They already had left. They thought they took me upstairs already for the night. Little did they know, I was bored. Came back outside. When I seen her coming, I was like, yes, I got something to do. I was so excited. But when she got closer, she wasn't the same Taisha that I'd known and ready for the jokes to happen. She was like, I'm tired of these niggas. I'm going to tell my dad. Me and her just really had a bonding moment at that time. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that we were standing outside for so long until she told me. I thought everything happened so fast. Mm-hmm. Because I remember still facing this way, her talking, and I seen these 3 dudes ride by on bikes. I knew 2 of them. I knew the 2 blood dudes that was on the bike. I knew them. I didn't know the person in the middle. I jumped up and was like, hey. It's like, yo, we just passing through. You know, we just passing through. No problems. All right, cool. No problem. I didn't realize that me and her still was engaged in conversation. She told me that one guy kept spinning the block, but I was not paying no attention to it. I really wasn't, because I don't know. I was talking to Taisha the whole time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She said that he came back. Now, when he came off the block, all she heard was like he jumped off the bike and he was already on me. I felt it. He had it already. And this time I couldn't bluff my way out like I normally bluff, because everybody knows I keep my gun on me. He shot me. Boom. I didn't even realize I was shot, because I was looking up. I remember Taisha, big ass on top of me. And she was screaming.
Don't say Taisha, we sorry.
No, Taisha know I love her.
I know,
because if it wasn't for Taisha, he probably would have shot me again. Taisha was on top of me making noise. If it wasn't for her, after that, he thought I was dead. I didn't even realize I was shot. All I remember Taisha getting up, running, and I remember me getting up, dust myself up. Like, Taisha, we got to go get my gun. Taisha just start, like, frazzled, like, away from me, like, get away from me. Like, I'm like, what happened? You're the devil. What? Then people from up the block started coming up, and then it was like, you heard that? She was like, Wink got shot. I'm like, I didn't get shot. You crazy. And I started feeling on myself like an idiot to, I had on this checkered shirt. It was Mecca, white and blue. I'm looking for holes, everything. I don't see nothing. And when I moved my bandana, that was it. I just felt real dizzy. So we walked from...
So are you not bleeding out?
No, not yet. No, not yet. Not yet. Because the bandana, the knot on the bandana, the caliber of the gun at the time, I didn't know. He had a small caliber gun. So all it did was, people say the bandana saved me. I don't think the bandana saved me. I just think that he had a small caliber gun. If he had a bigger caliber gun, he'd have blew my head off. He'd stone cold blew my head off. That's it. It wouldn't be no me right now. I went, they called the ambulance. I sat in front of the building. I called my mother from the window. Mom, I got shot. I called my best friend. He lived in the 5th floor, 5C, Rob. And they came downstairs, and I just sat there the whole time on the car. I just sat there until the ambulance came, put me in the ambulance.
That's why she called you the devil, because she seen someone come up to you, shoot you, and now she's like, wait a minute, he's walking around.
Yeah, I was in the hospital for 3 days, because there's nothing they could do. They couldn't take the bullet out because where it was lodged at. All it did was crack my skull. So where it was lodged at was for my, couldn't find out later, it was for my vision and for my knees. Like, could have been paralyzed. But it didn't go down like that. Like, to this day, it is what it is.
So you get shot in the head.
It made me worse.
Why? How does that make you worse?
Because I thought I was invincible. Who the hell takes a headshot?
Wow.
At point blank range. At 19.
So you already in it, like, all right, now I'm shot, and I got shot in the head, so that means I could go.
Because everybody thought I was dead. And then to see me, they were already fearing it, but to see it and to hear it and to be like, oh shit, he's fucking walking. Because from the hospital, left the hospital 3 days. I was home. I was home about 3 days. Because I remember being home and I was crying. Every night I cried. Because I used to sleep with that's why I always have a scully. I used to sleep with a scully on because my head would bleed. They could not close the wound. It's not like they could stitch it up or anything. It had to close itself. So I would bleed on my pillow, and I used to tell my mother every night, am I dying? I remember that shit. At that time, I had different females that were really close to me. They would come over every day and wash my hair. I remember, because I had braids at the time. But I went
So
back
your
to
braids and your bandana saved your head. and the caliber of the gun.
The caliber of the gun, it was God to me. I look back
100%.
at it. It wasn't, because there's nothing. The caliber of the gun was just, it is what it is. It it wasn't just my time to go at that time.
So now you're invincible, and
I felt like that.
And you now you're on go mode.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was, it only made me worse. It made me worse, where I felt like I wasn't given no passes before. Now it's just
You were just on go.
it was that was my high before. Now I'm on go now. That lasted for Lasted a few.
So what was like? So I met you through a mutual friend, and at the time that I met you, you were an artist, a rap artist. You were signed to Jeezy, if I wasn't mistaken.
Correct.
So even during that time, what are you doing? Like,
I was.
so are you still in the gangs while you're signed? Like, was that still like when I met you? Were
Yeah.
you still?
Mhm.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was just a little bit different now. When I had because when I had came home from prison.
All right, so you went to prison.
Yeah, after I got shot, I went to prison. Because before that, them little prison.
Oh, so
stints was
you
nothing.
did okay. So you
Those
did
was
little.
little.
So those little things were just a taste to say that I've been to prison. That
Yeah,
to give
I
you
did
your little
little-
check offs.
Yeah, I did 4 months here.
All
then
right, so
another
you
one. I
did
was-
little stints in prison. You get shot. There's some time in between that, and then you go to prison.
Yeah,
Now, how long do you go to prison?
7 years.
Damn. So now you get a real like. This ain't like 9 months. This ain't
No,
like 6 months.
Nah,
4 months.
This is real.
So how do you feel when they say, Reginald, you 7 years, or I'm sure it was probably more than that because you get time and then you serve your time.
I just was thinking about what some like older like people had told me, like you just go to prison and mind your business. You know, like you don't gamble, you don't get high, you just mind your business. Don't get involved with the TV or. That's what I did. I knew I was my numbers were stacked against me because I was crip, but there's no hiding that with me. Because I've always had the same stuff since I was 15, 16. I've always had the same artwork on my body. My whole back is done. It's not, everything is gang related. My whole arm is crip. Everything on my
So
body.
you couldn't hide it. There's nothing you could
my
hide.
stomach, everything. I have CRIP. I have 140 pounds, but my C is the size of my shoulder.
Oh, wow.
So I went to prison that way. You know, that's just the way it is. And it just travels who you are fast. I always tell people news from jail travel faster than news from the street. So everybody know who's who and what's what. But I just had the mentality, I don't care if you outnumbered, you can stab me, whatever. I'm still going to be crap. Just the way it is. I just had that stupidity, like, still going to be crap.
So you go to jail 7 years. I mean, I can't even.
Jail made me realize. Jail was it was eye opening because it made me realize that I was not utilizing my power correctly that I had. Because if I knew how to utilize my power correctly at that time, I would have never been in prison. But I wasn't utilizing it because I didn't know how to be a leader. Anything that they participated in, I participated in as well.
So when you were in jail, did you take on that same mentality?
What, participating? I didn't really get into much in jail. You get fifth fights here and there, but I really kind of stayed to myself. I read books, played Scrabble, played Pinochle, did corny shit, played sports. And that's it. You know, had fights here and there, but it was kind of mutually respect. Like, as much people say, oh, you can't do it, people would tell you, I was the same person. I just, you gonna beat me up? Y'all gonna jump me? I'm still gonna be crap. Don't make no difference to me.
They like, you crazy.
She ain't gonna change me. Yeah.
All right, so you do these 7 years and you come home. Are you a different person?
No. The only thing different was I didn't want to go back to prison.
Do you come home different?
A little bit. What made me, when I first came home, a mutual friend, he came and got me. I was excited to be home. I went to a wake. My first 2 hours I was home. I went to my homeboy's wake. I was there. Everybody must have known I was going to be there. Everybody was there. My mom was there. My mom was crying. I was there a good 10 minutes. Because he was like, yo, you can't be around us. You just came home. You're supposed to be happy, joyous. Came, left there. And then I was home, I think, a few days. And that's what, and it hit me. Because then it seemed like everybody started coming around. Everybody coming around. But I didn't see anything different. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like I left for these 7 years and everything was still the same way. And that kind of bothered me. So what I did was, I went to school. I went and signed up for college, Mega Evers College.
Okay.
So I was in college for 3 years. I was taking up CIS, Computer Information Systems.
Okay.
And my 4th year, I had started, and then that's when I got signed.
So in that time, you're doing music. You're going to school.
Mm-hmm.
You get signed by Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't finish school.
No.
Because now you're gonna you got an opportunity.
I went on tour with Jeezy.
Okay, so you go on tour.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
It was cool. It got me away from a lot of places. It was cool.
So did anything materialize from that?
Yes
Or
and
is it the same? You know, not the same, but people get signed and they just think that when you get signed, you're supposed to become like this super millionaire and have all this stuff. But
I thought that was gonna be it, but the reality of it is you sit around and
you make music and you make music
and you still got to work on your craft. I learned a lot from him.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that the person that put it all together, Carbon, I think that Carbon's vision and Jeezy's vision was different. Carbon he had this vision of like building this Voltron. I would say Voltron, where he had, and his vision was so dope, where he would have all these different artists, no matter if they were super popping or not, but if you put all these artists with a following of 5,000 or 2,000 or whatever, or 10,000, and you mix them from different places, and you put them together, his fans become your fans, their fans become your fans, and you merge it. So he had me from New York, he had Tone Trump from Philly, he had Lil Sodi, rest in peace, from LA, he had you had Boo from Mississippi, you had
and are any of these artists that you're saying currently artists now still, or signed to anyone now? Or
I think Boo is the president of CT right now, if I'm not mistaken. Tone Trump, he still makes music. He does movies here and there. But Carbon is not. Everybody doesn't really gel with, Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs still makes music.
So it was just a difference of opinions and visions, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I think that, and I think it was with Jeezy, he probably felt like he was doing it with his money, and Carbon was looking at the bigger picture, and Carbon was the brains of it all. Carbon had the idea, and it would have worked if implemented the correct way.
All right, so it just didn't, and nothing materialized from that.
No, just a bunch of music that you would never hear.
So now, what do you do? So you're touring, you come home, you're making music.
In that process of that,
are you still in the gang?
Oh, I'm still.
So you just adding these new things into your life, but you're still in the street.
Not in the street, but still in the gang. Like, I wasn't still standing on the corner anymore, gangbanging.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no thing that I didn't denounce who I was.
Okay.
Or denounce my gang. I was still WinkLoc. From there, once the Jeezy thing, I think he had got a deal with Atlantic Records, and he was supposed to start signing people. I think they signed Dope with Cash Out, and in that process, in that small window, I met Steve-O. Me meeting Steve-O was the best thing ever. Steve-O was doing stuff for Jeezy as well. Steve-O and Sav. But Steve-O was so real that he made me question, why am I really around this person for?
Now, who's Steve-O?
Steve Carlos.
Okay, and you got to remember, my worldwide audience doesn't know who everybody is.
Steve Carlos at the time was A&R. Steve Carlos, now he's a big mentor. He's from Nipsey to Jada to a lot of best of both worlds from Def Jam. He's that person.
He's one of the gems of the music industry.
Yes.
Like one of those background gems that we don't see that makes the machine move.
Yes.
Is him.
So
cool.
We had a conversation, and he's a person of his word. If he tell you he's going to do something, he actually really does it. Mm-hmm. So with my music still going, it wasn't doing anything because I was still stuck in this, I'm not going to do nothing, just fuck it all. them in the process of that, my mom died. But he was he kept his word. He told me, just get away from that, and I'll take care of everything else. And he took care of everything else.
So when you say get away from that, he means the
Step away
streets.
from that. Not the streets. No, just step away from that situation that I was in with
Okay.
Jeezy. Just step
Okay.
away from that, because you're not benefiting from that, bro. Like,
Don't
it's
just
not-
be attached to somebody. I get
Yeah.
it, because you have artists who, you think because you signed to 50 or you signed to Jeezy or you signed to Jay-Z that you are guaranteed instant success. And I mean, yes, that was the case in, with G-Unit, because of how the trajectory of 50, Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, that went so fast that I think that people really had the idea that when you sign with an artist, that it's going to be like how 50 was with Eminem, or how, and you think that you're just going to sign and then be this big artist.
I think it is with certain people that are actually bosses in their in the industry. I think some people invest in their artists, meaning that not just financially, they invest in them where it's the point of we're working, you're getting something from it.
Mm-hmm.
When you are a boss sometimes and you only think about yourself and you put yourself first, you don't care about the people that's around you, because you're still solely the main artist and you're thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
So like I tell people, you have good intentions, but having good intentions in your execution is poor, is useless.
Mm-hmm.
Your execution and your good intentions have to match.
Yeah. All right. So you step away
Yeah.
from Jeezy. And this is about what? Give me time frame.
My mom died 2013, around 2014, 15.
So you step away.
Yeah.
All right. So you step away, and then what?
I start just working on WinkLoc, my brand. Steve-O starts pushing the brand. He's telling me what I need to do, how I need to do it, build up my catalog, and that's what I start to do.
Okay. So what materialized from that?
Bunch of albums, a bunch of videos, but I'm still navigating music, family, and I'm really not in the streets because I'm really in Jersey with my family. So I'm doing everything I need to do with my family, but I'm still intertwined in the music as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the music is so I'm not like I'm going to the studio all the time still, but I'm not going to the studio with 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time I'm going to the studio is just either it's me and Gutta or it's me and Poochie. That's it. So my blocks in the studio would literally be 1 and 2 or 2.
So you change your whole group basically.
Yeah. So I would go to the studio for 6, 8, 10 hours sometimes. It would just be me and Poochie sometimes. The whole night. Or it'd be me and Gutta.
So now he's leaving out some real key things. You changed your location, so now you're in Jersey.
Correct.
You added a relationship.
Yes.
You're in a committed full-term relationship with someone who has children.
Yeah.
Because these are all factors that
Okay.
help you to change, helped a little bit of the change,
A little
because
bit of the change. Okay.
you're not in Flatbush no more on 21st, so you're not around that you're just not in that mix.
Yeah, I came to Jersey. I was in Jersey in 2012, October. So I was in a relationship. She had children. At the time, they were 2 and 3. It was kind of rough at that time, but it was kind of good because me moving in, watching hurricane just happened.
Sandy.
I was there for that first week, and then that came. And I adjusted to it well. It didn't really bother me because the dark and all that, because we didn't have no lights, we didn't have none of that for about a week and change. So we had to navigate. With me, it didn't bother me. I was fine with it. But these were 2 little girls. So, and then her. And that changed everything because I kind of it wasn't like I could get up and go. I could get up and go. And I didn't even drive at that time, I think. I knew how to drive, but I didn't even drive. So I was with her everywhere I went. It was a team thing. If I had to be at an event, we went to the event. If I had to go,
she was driving you.
Yeah. If I had to go meet up with Jeezy at the time, she was taking me. If I had to go and be at a concert or somewhere, she was there with me. So
you changed your circle. You moved. You got rid of all those people that you was around, and now you have 2 people that you're around.
Yes.
and one is her.
Yes, correct.
And she is pretty much supporting you and helping you navigate now with your music. And that's your sole thing that you're doing. You no longer, I mean, now correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I was solely only doing the music. I wasn't in the streets. So I was doing the music, and that was 2012 when we got together. 2013, I was still kind of doing the music, but not. And then my mom died in 2013 in November. And I think when my mom died, I kind of shut down without shutting down. Without saying I shut down, but I shut down. Because I had got a call. My brother called me and was like, hey, you spoke to mommy? And I was like, no. Mind you, my mom calls me every day, and every day I tell her the same thing. She'll call me, she'll start talking, and she wants the gossip, and she know now I'm not good with the gossip. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna call you back. I'm in the gym, I'll call you back. And I'm like, nah, I didn't speak to mommy today. He was like, well, she didn't go to work, she missing. I'm like, what? Whatever. I ain't paying no mind. I'm like, well, when you let me know. A couple of hours went by. He called me. He was like, yo, we found her. I'm like, she all right? He's like, nope, she's in the hospital. She's in Brooklyn Hospital. I was like, what? So I told Poochie, I'm like, Brooklyn Hospital, just get in the car. We just drove to Brooklyn Hospital. Got there, seen my mother. It wasn't my mother. It was my mother, but that wasn't my mother. Throughout that whole process that week, it was just some bad decisions. Like, I felt like I had to make some decisions that ultimately I didn't have to make. I'm glad that I didn't have to make it, but I was going to make it. I waited, I think, about a week. I called my uncle and my aunt. They live in Maryland. And they drove down, and they finally told me, like, you're going to have to make a decision.
And this is a decision she's on life support?
She was basically brain dead.
Okay.
So she was there, and she was living off the machine, but it wasn't her home. I didn't like what I was singing. Like, I didn't like it, and I didn't verbalize it because I didn't know how to verbalize it. I just literally shut down and played it off like everything was fine. And I kind of input that in my relationship as well. Because as much as she tried to support me, I was just like, get up off me. Because I didn't know what to do. Like, I just was looking at my mother just wither away. Not the person that was so lively and always laughing and joking. Because right before that happened, it's funny. Right before that happened, my mother's birthday is September 29th. And she was having a party, and I did not want to go. Because I just didn't like when my mother, she gets so excited sometimes. And I remember Poochie telling me, she was like, let's go. And I was like, hell no, I'm not going to a party. Hell no, we're not going. And she was like, no, we have to go. We went. That was the last picture I took of my mother. My mother was crying that day. She was just like so excited. I didn't stay long, but she was just excited that I came. That was the last picture I took of my mother. But once my aunt and uncle told me I had to make a decision, I called my brother and sister out the room, and I was like, I'm pulling the plug. That's it. And my sister and my brother, they just started snapping. You're selfish. But I don't think I was selfish. I just felt like that was not the person that I knew. Growing up.
The quality of life is just, you don't want to see a parent.
I didn't like going in the room, period, when I used to see people like rubbing on her arms and be like, yo. And I'm like, yo, she can't feel it. I never said it, but I was feeling that inside. Like, yo, she can't feel that. Like, you wasting your time. Like, stop. But I didn't do that.
You just kept quiet.
Every time I would get there, I would leave. I would always drift off because it wasn't for me. I knew that wasn't the person. So when I finally said, yo, I got to pull a plug, man. They going back and forth in the hallway. My cousin Opie came out of nowhere. It was like, that's it. That's it. The machine's just it. Auntie's gone. I was like, what?
So wait, you never had to make the formal decision because she passed away?
Yeah.
She was like, let me get out of here before they start fighting in that hallway over me.
Finally, honestly, I think she just was like finally, because usually I'm very passive on things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was just like, fuck it. That shit became a shit show. You know what I mean? Like, my mother died. I didn't cry. I wasn't married at the time, but I didn't even cry. I tried to just mask it. But that impacted my relationship as well. Because everything that how I was behaving before, all it did was heighten it. Like, it just heightened it. Like, my mom, we buried her in December. January, I ended up leaving.
Just picked up and left.
Yeah, I had got vertigo in December. She told me, once you get better, you know, I can't take this.
Oh, because you get vertigo from being shot in the head.
No.
Wait.
I get vertigo.
So how do you get
So vertigo is a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So all that happened, I don't know.
Stress, probably.
It could be stress or something. I don't know. I know it was one day I just wasn't feeling good. Because I was working in the city at the time. I was working in, I had just started working in Queens at Life Camp.
Mm-hmm.
I was working with this gun violence initiative. So talking to the kids about gun violence. So I was working there and I was on my way home on the train and I just felt funny. I had just ate and I just threw up. I'm like, why don't I throw up for? Is that meat bad? And when I got to Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
I felt funny. And I was like, hey, I called her. I was like, when she was coming to get me from the train station, I was like, I feel funny. Like, something's not right. She was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, something is weird. I didn't think none of it. Got in the house, took a shower, laid down. When I got up in the morning, everything was spinning. Like, I couldn't, everything just felt like I couldn't stand up on my own. Everything was just, so she took me to the hospital. And they told me, it's going to be like that for a while. Like, everything, it just feel like everything is rotating. I couldn't walk. I couldn't bathe. I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. I couldn't do nothing. She did that. She bathed me, took me to the bathroom. She made sure she fed me. I was like that for a minute. Once I got better, you know, because she just wasn't happy. It's like everything was happening and she was giving me signs to just change. You know, the infidelity. She would tell me and I used to be like, whatever.
So now at this point, are you married yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So you get vertigo.
Yes.
She brings you back to life, as many of us women do.
Mm-hmm.
So now what? So you're working at Life Camp.
Yeah.
You're still like...
I'm still kind of...
You still got your toe outside, but...
Yeah, my toe is still in the street. I'm have no guidance. I'm still handling my relationship as far as not handling like a relationship. I'm not being in a committed relationship, basically. Mm-hmm. I'm still talking to multiple people. She tells me, like, when you get better, leave. And I didn't know how to take that. I just took it as, I guess she wants me to leave. So she was at the hair salon, and the girls were, I think they were somewhere. I think they were at school. So I called the head of security from my set, Scooby, and I packed my shit, and I put it in his car and left. She seen me leave.
But in your head, you're thinking, like, she just wants me to go, like...
Yeah, I thought that was it. Like, at that moment, I'm like, fuck it.
But you're
free.
not saying, like, damn, I cheated, damn,
Nah.
You're not thinking about how much you've grown. She just saved you from spinning into the bottom of the earth with vertigo, and she's like, all right, I'm done, you gotta go. And you just like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, I didn't have that. At that moment, I didn't have that wherewithal. It was like, oh shit, I'm doing any harm to her. I'm like, shit, I'm free. Now I could go mingle.
Wow. And this is like literally how you're thinking. And I'm only asking this because there's so many women who are traumatized by infidelity. Mm-hmm. And we always, like, it's like, why? Like, I'm a good woman. I do everything for him. I just saved him from spiraling into the bottom of the earth. Like, we think that it becomes us, and in your mind, you're not even thinking about us. You're thinking about, she doesn't want me, and I'm gonna go mingle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I leave.
I just like to repeat it back because sometimes we get so caught up in the nuance of figuring out the whys, and there is no why for you. You just you not even thinking about it in the way that we thinking about it.
No. Later on, as time come on now, I realized what I was doing. But at that time, it was just like, all right, I gotta go. I left. I went to my homegirl's house. Bad idea.
So now you just start making bad decisions.
That was a bad idea, because I wasn't looking at it in a sense of, because that was my homegirl. I didn't have anything with her, you know what I mean? And like I said, Bucci is she figured out where she lived at. She knew everything, and she had my homegirl going through my phone.
Wait, the homegirl that you was staying with?
Yeah, she had her going through my phone.
Yo, women, let me tell you something about a woman. We will figure it out some which way or the other. So I don't even understand why y'all do it, because we have been given the gift of private investigator, and it's in our DNA. And we don't even mean to be so good at it, but we are.
Her mental, like, if you are a person that are weak mentally, and she knows that she could punch on you, she gonna get it. So she didn't know. Like, she ended up telling me later on, but at the time I'm thinking, oh, we're not together. You know, we met up maybe once or twice, you know, but she didn't let me speak to the girls at the time. She was just like, whatever.
So let's fast forward. She kicks you out.
Yes.
Obviously, you guys end up getting back together because you end up marrying her.
Yes.
Right? You end up marrying her.
Correct.
When you made the decision to marry her, what was that?
It was the false pretense. I thought that marriage would erase the infidelity. I thought that marriage would change her mind, like I was serious about everything. I thought marriage was like, yo, this is a whole new slate. Everything that happened before is dead. That's not the reality of life.
So you thought, all right, I'm going to marry her, and then that's going to wipe the slate clean because now we're husband and wife and we're going to be good.
Yes.
That's simple. Ladies, do you see how simple they think? And this is not against men. I'm not saying that in a bad way, because we be like, the way our brains are set up, we be having all kind of other things, and it be that simple. So you marry her with false pretenses. Mm-hmm. You are not faithful throughout your marriage.
No.
She finally says, enough is enough.
She told me a few times, enough. It's little things that she kept giving me, and I just was like, whatever.
Now, what makes you do that? Because we give you more chances? Or is it like, what makes you think that she's not going to leave?
Ego and pride. Ego and pride. I'm in my head, I'm like, why would she leave me? I'm me. Like, I'm this great man to her. In my head, I'm looking at it, I'm this great man to her. I'm in the kids' lives. I'm fully invested. Like, fully. They're doing cheerleading. I'm not missing comments. I'm fully invested. We're going on these vacations. This is what I'm thinking.
But you're still cheating.
Yeah, I'm having these
You're fully invested, but you're still cheating.
Yep, all these emotional.
I just like to, and I'm asking you these things because I just want, it's like trying to get the process of how a man thinks. And not to say that all men think this way, but it's
a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's like you really not thinking like how I'm thinking. So when I'm saying to you and you looking at me like I'm dumb, you really don't get it.
No.
Okay, so she finally says that's it. She says this is it.
Mm-hmm.
You cheat. You cheated for one last time, and that was it for her.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do from there?
What I do from there is I check myself into therapy.
Don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment here at New and In Between. I'll see you next time. Peace. Hey everyone, it's your girl Quinn Maddox, and this is New and In Between.